Okay, let's have sample problem 7.6. So what we're asked here is to sketch the shear and the bending moment diagrams for the cantilever beam shown. So in this problem, we have a cantilever beam wherein one end here is fixed. No, if we have one end fixed here, we have three reactions. So for point C, we have a reaction at at C, X, and we have CY. Okay, so our CY here is upward because all of the forces applied on our beam are all downward, no? And this distributed load here would somehow cause a counterclockwise rotation at point C. That would mean that the reaction at point C should be clockwise, no? So we have here a moment MC. Now, this distributed load from points A to B, we can replace this one by a concentrated load applied along the centroid. And so we can replace this distributed load here in the shape of a triangle by a concentrated load. So say the magnitude of the concentrated load that will replace this distributed load is just the area of the distributed load. So since this is in the shape of a triangle, its area is just 1/2 base times height. If its base is A and its height here is omega O, so therefore the concentrated load would be 1/2 A omega O. Now, since this concentrated load is applied at the centroid of the triangular shape, wherein located at 1/3 of its base, so we have here 1/3 A. Okay. Now, since there's no load along the horizontal, we have our Cx here equal to 0. Okay. And how about Cy? So Cy is just equal to this one here. Concentrated, if we sum all the forces along y, we have our Cy equal to the amount 1/2 A omega naught. Okay? And how about the moment MC? So using summation of moment at point C here, counterclockwise positive, what we have here is this one, force 1/2 A omega naught times its distance from the pivot point. So this distance here is just L minus 1/3 A. So this one here is L minus 1/3 A. So if we write that here, 1/3, say 1/3 A minus L. If we take out negative sign, now we have 1/3 A minus L. So this is the force and this is its moment arm. Now we have also MC. So we have here minus MC should equal to 0. Okay, so therefore MC here is equal to, okay, if we transpose this one here, no, interchange lang natin yung symbol, we have 1/2 times 1/3, we have 1/6 A squared. Let's just simplify this, no? So we have 1/2 A squared omega naught, and it's negative, plus 1/2 A omega naught L. Or we can just simplify this as one term, no? We have here MC is just equal to 1/2 A omega naught L minus 1/3 A. So we have the reactions at the support, these three here. Okay, now if we proceed in drawing the shear and moment diagram, we simply just extend these lines here to create our graph. So in this case, we have two segments here, A to B and B to C. So in drawing our shear diagram, we have here BB minus BA is equal to the negative area under the load curve from A to B. If we take a look at our load curve here, we have an area that is triangular and that is equal to 1/2 A omega naught. So that is just, this expression here is just equal to the negative 1/2 A omega naught. Okay, and take note, at point A here, we don't have any shear applied because we have no reaction at point A or no supports at point A. So therefore, our VA here, this is equal to 0. No? So simply, our B is just equal to the negative 1/2 A omega naught. Okay? So if we graph that, we have our VA equal to 0 and our VB that is somehow at this point here. So take note or remember that if our load curve is linear, that is x to the 1, our shear curve would be 1 degree higher than our load curve. So if this one here is x to the 1, in our load curve, the curve would be x to the 2, no, or quadratic. From our formula that v2 minus v1 is equal to the negative integral of omega dx, the negative sign here indicates that if we have a decreasing line from our load curve, our quadratic equation here is concave upward, no? Not the same as with shear to the moment. In our shear diagram, if our shear curve is linear and it's decreasing, our moment diagram would have a quadratic na graph that is concave downward, no? But in our load to shear diagram, if this one here is decreasing, the shear diagram would be smiling or concave upward. So by knowing that here, also take note that if our load diagram intersects our x-axis here, or our load is 0 at point B here, therefore in our shear diagram, that value or that point here is where our maximum shear is located. No? So since at point B here, dito nag-0 yung load natin, at point B in our shear diagram, this point here is the maximum, no? Maximum magnitude of our shear curve. So somehow, knowing that if this one here is concave upward, and at this point here, the slope is 0, diba? From our formula here, we have dv over dx is equal to negative omega. If our omega or the load is equal to 0, therefore our slope in the shear diagram would also be 0. And when would the slope be 0? That is when the value of the point on our shear diagram is maximum or minimum, no? So in this case, it's the minimum value, but maximum in magnitude, no? If we take away the negative symbol, no? This one here is the maximum magnitude. Okay, so smiling and concave upward. Somehow, the image of our shear diagram is somewhat like this, no? Yan. Now, at point B to C, no load is applied. So therefore, the next graph would be constant, diba? 0, and then the integral of 0 is constant, no? So we have here constant straight line. Now, at ano yung value na to? Yung VB natin, that is equal to negative 1/2 A omega naught. Now, at point C, we have here our CY shear, no? So we need to add our CY from this point here. So if our point here is negative 1/2 A omega naught plus our CY, which is 1/2 A omega naught, this one here becomes 0. So babalik tayo sa 0 pa rin, no? So from here, aakyat tayo ng 1/2 A omega naught units upward. So somehow, this would be the graph of our shear diagram. Okay? Now, if we proceed to the moment diagram, let's first draw the line. Now, looking at our moment diagram, we have two areas here. One is the semi-parabolic area, and the other is the rectangular area. Now, to get the area here, the formula is just, we have 2/3 of its height. And how about the area over here? That is just base times height. Since we have two segments here, we have segment A, segment B, and segment C, we can calculate our moment at every point here, no? So we have MB minus MA is just equal to the positive area under the shear curve from A to B. So from A to B, the area is semi-parabola, no? So that is equal to 2/3 of the height, which is negative 1/2 A omega naught times the base. Forgot the base. We have 2/3 base times height, no? Or height times base. So the base here from A to B is just A, no? So we multiply this one by A as its base. So again, the area of this parabola here, half of the parabola is just 2/3 base times height. So we have 2/3, height natin is negative 1/2 A omega naught times our base, which is A. And take note that in point A, we have no moment applied. From our drawing, there's no moment at point A. Knowing that, we cancel this MA here. That is equal to 0. Therefore, MB is basically all this one here, no? MB. So MB is just 2/3 times negative 1/2. We have negative 1/3 omega naught A squared. So somehow, at point B, the value here is negative 1/3 omega naught A squared. So since we have here a parabola, the next graph here would be x to the power of 3. Okay. Now how about point C? So for point C, we have here MC minus MB is equal to the positive area under the shear curve from B to C, where that is just equal to the area here, base times height, which is our base is L minus A. We have L minus A times the height, which is this one here, negative 1/2 A omega naught. Our MB here is negative times negative 1/3 A squared omega naught. So MC. So therefore, our MC here is just equal to, we have L here, we have 1/2 A squared omega naught and minus 1/2 A omega naught L. And if we transpose here to the other side, we have here negative 1/3 A naught, A squared omega naught. So this one here we have 1/6 A squared omega naught minus 1/2 A omega naught L. If we further simplify MC, we have MC is equal to, factor out 1/2, factor out A, factor out omega naught. What we're left here is 1/3 A minus L. So we have here our MC. So we have here, this portion here is somewhere located lower than this point here. The value of this point here is just this one here. We have 1/2 A omega naught times 1/3 A minus L. Okay. So since we have a constant or flat line from B to C, the next graph would be 1 degree higher, which is a simple line. So knowing that this one here, the graph from A to B is to the power of 3, and this one here is a line, we just draw a line here to there and create e to the power of 3 somewhat this graph. And from point here, since our point C has a moment MC, we need to add moment from this point. No? So since our value here is 1/2 A omega naught, 1/3 A minus L, and the moment that we'll be adding to this amount is also 1/2 A omega naught, L minus 1/3 A. If we add these two here, somehow it would equate to 0. So in our moment diagram, our graph would return to 0 at this point. So somehow this would be the image of our moment diagram.